I'm excited to try this new restaurant that we have in Oklahoma City, OklaSoul Cafe, by the executive chef, Chef Zarious. Now, I came to the soft tasting, tried some of the food, it was good, but I didn't get a chance to try some of the new dishes. Now, I heard that the Fajita Chicken is great. We'll try it out today, try some samples, even probably cook, but you'll have to find out. So come on in, let's try it out. Okay, so Chef, people always ask me, like, Apollo, you do OKC Black Eats. Can you cook? They see me dabble a little bit. So I thought we'd do something different today because you know, I like thinking outside the box. And I came to the soft opening, had a great time, full belly, took a nap.
Appreciate it, appreciate it.
So I wanted to show the people that I actually do have a few knife skills. I could do something.
I got you.
So I want you to show me what are we doing today?
Well, today we're gonna chop some peppers for our fajita chicken. It goes in our fajita chicken, which you can get both spicy and regular. I use yellow, green, and red peppers and an onion. The onion's in there already. We toss off the top. We got a bowl for our trash bowl. Put the top in. Take out that.
So I've seen people do this in like a couple different ways. So is that the easiest way for you is just cut the top off and then like this way, or I've seen the fancy way where they kind of wheel it with your knife?
Yeah, I mean you take a paring knife and you just cut out the top basically and pull that out. But that's more if you're worried about preserving like your seeds and all that. And I'm not worried about this little bit of waste right there. Plus that's easy to just pop it out.
I'm gonna try this one because see, I want y'all to see how I do it. Because you know, people think I can't cook. I didn't get this size for no reason. All right, so this is what I do.
Okay, let's see how you work.
Now don't judge me.
Hey, no judgments in here.
Here we go. So I just do the sides. I do it this way. So that way I can see the seeds and try to get as much as I can from it. And then throw that in there.
Hey, that way works too.
Okay.
There's no wrong way. I always say there's no wrong way.
As long as it's diced and cut, it's all that matters, right?
As long as it's cut, that's all that matters.
So show me your knife skill. Like how do you get yours nice and pretty? Do you care about the size? Like the size has to be consistent? Or you just like
depending on what I'm using it for.
Okay.
Like if it's going in something that's more presentation friendly, then I'll worry about the size and making sure it's more accurate. But something like fajitas, as long as my strips are sort of accurate, hence I say sorta. But I'm very, I'm a stickler. If anybody knows me, they knows I'm very meticulous about things being a certain way. So you go one way, I always say you go a long way or a short way, rotate it, and then it makes it easy to just dice them up that way. You have more chances of having consistent dices when you do it that way. More consistency.
Let's talk about the restaurant. So what was, talk about your background. Like what's your inspiration for food and why did you choose this route in your culinary pathway?
God is funny that way.
Yeah, he is.
I was in the Navy for 7 years and I was not a cook at all. I was a hull tech, so I did a lot of metal fabrication, a lot of plumbing. Basically anything that dealt with my hands, I did it. And when I got out, everybody said, you're a certified welder, why don't you just go work for a construction company, make $30 an hour and all this, and I just wanted to do something different. And I loved baking. And I was gonna...
So you mean tell me that you were a certified welder?
Still, 4955, certified welder.
And you went from doing that as a passion, so now you own a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I told you funny that way.
Yeah.
You funny that way. Cause I was gonna go to school just for baking, cause I love baking.
You missed it. Look, you didn't see my blade action.
Oh, I missed it. I heard it. I heard it, but I missed it.
You didn't see my blade action. I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, I actually know what I'm doing in the kitchen. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from Duncan. A little country in me. A whole lot of country in me. I'm not trying to cut my finger open on camera, cause then
I've done it. It ain't.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You're gonna cry. But I was gonna go for bacon, and my wife said, you really should just go do the whole thing. And we argued for a good 3 weeks about it. I was like, I don't wanna cook savory. I really don't. And I actually.
So what's savory? When you say savory?
Savory is like your meals.
Okay.
You have savory and then like your regular meals, and then you have just desserts.
Okay.
I didn't want to do savory. I didn't want to do. I mean, I ain't gonna judge you. Don't judge me. You got mince and you got dice.
Hold on, wait. There's a difference?
There's a difference.
Mine, you can call mine dense, because I don't know which one I just did.
Hey, it's all gonna work though.
I got the job done. That's all that matters.
It all gets sauteed down and it works out. But long story short, I went to culinary school for the full effect out of spite so we can stop arguing about it.
Okay.
And fell in love with it. So she was right. Always listen to your wife. She's right all the time. And it just, next thing you know, doors and opportunities started opening up, and I just fell in love with it more and more. I love the creative side of it.
Okay.
There's no, like I said, there's no right or wrong.
Okay.
It all just works.
Okay.
Trial and error.
So at what point did you decide that, okay, so you have this passion for food, went to culinary school, you're proving people wrong, and now you're like, you know what, I'm gonna take that leap and open up a restaurant, not in the in the robust area of downtown Oklahoma City, where there are a bunch of restaurants there. You decided to cross the river, just on the other side, Southeast 15th, on the south side of town, a soul food restaurant.
Yeah.
Or would you call yourself a soul food restaurant or a comfort food? Like, what would you identify? Because people will assume when you say OklaSoul Cafe that it's soul food. But would you call yourself a soul food restaurant, or what would you identify your restaurant as?
I would not say soul food.
Okay.
That's why I use our tagline as food with soul.
Okay.
Because and that's one of my things I wanted to do, was break people's mindset on what soul food is. Get you out of that box. Like, because when you think of soul food, people automatically think fried chicken, greens,
gravy,
yams, pork chops, smothered things, you know, and that's not all that soul food is.
Okay.
Because when you dive into it, the next thing people say is, oh, that's black people food.
True.
I don't know what black people food is.
Right.
I don't know what white people food is.
Right.
I don't know what Mexican people food is. I don't.
Right.
Food is food. You know, there's different regions, different origins, and my enchiladas will taste different than enchiladas that you'll get at a Mexican restaurant, because I put a different type of soul into it. Okay. And that's why I like an ever-changing menu. I won't get stagnant. Okay. And I keep my creativity and allowing people to taste different things. If you've never tasted enchiladas, or you've never had enchiladas because you're like, it tastes like a burrito to me. You know, it tastes like a rolled taco. Right. And it might be something you're like, you know what, let me go ahead and get that sampler plate and get the enchiladas on it.
Gotcha. So I like the fact that you're kind of drawing people's interest in. It's like, hey, there's a soul food restaurant. You walk in, you're like, wait a minute, it's not soul food. It feels like maybe comfort, home style, maybe bistro-ish, but it's something different on the south side. Yes. Right?
Yes.
And you're black. Hey.
Added bonus.
Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, black comes with all different kind of things. And today, what are we doing today?
Today we're gonna finish the fajita chicken. Okay. Then I got a specialty that's coming it's a secret, it's supposed to be a secret menu item, but now the cat's out the bag with the candied bacon deviled eggs.
Hold on. So, one of my foodie followers just so happened to post about deviled eggs. Now, my mama makes good deviled eggs. Everybody can't make good deviled eggs.
Just like everybody can't make potato salad.
So we gonna hold Chef to the fire, or to the whip, how those deviled eggs gonna come out. But let's get started on this fajita chicken. I've tasted the fajita meat and it has been amazing, but I didn't get a chance to see it for myself. So if I happen to steal a little bit of the recipe, style, or ingredient,
ain't no shame in your game.
You can find it on my next upcoming Google store. Bills to go for sale. No, I'm just playing. All right, well, let's get started, because I'm getting hungry and you're opening soon and I want to eat because I'm starving.
Let's do it.
Let's move over there to the kitchen. I mean, well, we're in the kitchen, to the stove. You know, I want for people that are watching this episode to really understand the why behind this, right? So no one just dives into opening up a small business or a restaurant just because they're trying to make a lot of money. I mean, but why? Like, why opening up a restaurant? Like, why serving people? Like, why this? What's the why?
The why. I never thought I would. This is not something, when I was going to school, a lot of times they ask, like, okay, what do you want to do when you get out? Okay. And a lot of people were saying, oh, I want to open a restaurant. Yeah. I want to be a head chef at a 5-star restaurant. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I have no idea. And at first, I knew I had the concept of having a rotating menu, but I never thought it would fit inside of a restaurant. I never thought it would fit inside of a brick and mortar.
So you were doing catering?
I was doing catering. Okay. With I have exclusives catering. I still do catering. Okay. And I thought that was the only way. And catering a friend's wedding, I started talking to her dad about a different opportunity, and he was like, I have this restaurant, and nobody's cooking in it. Okay. And he was like, I just want to be a silent partner. I don't want to be involved. Okay. And so, like I said, God is funny that way. He is. Yeah. Just as you think that there's something you want to do, but he has something else. He's like, yeah.
Because even when I think about Black-owned restaurants south of downtown, brick and mortars, you might be the only Black-owned restaurant on the south side of town, to be honest. And I think that does take a huge leap of faith. And maybe that's not even something you really understood, that you're creating something new to draw people, especially with all the growth that's going in South Oklahoma City. You're offering some new food. It's great. It kind of keeps you off your toes of, it's not soul food, it's not comfort food. It's like,
what is it?
What is this?
Let me go see what they got. Because if it's not soul food, then what are they selling?
Right. How is he making enchiladas on the south side?
Like, that's not. And I will get people that are just like so upset. Like, they'll come in and be like, I'm just so mad because I thought this was soul food, and will leave. Right. And that's fine. Right. Like you said, in the beginning, I wasn't thinking about being the only Black-owned anything anywhere or being Black. I didn't think about it. Right. I was just thinking. Honestly, I wasn't thinking. I just literally took a leap of faith.
Jumped 2 feet in.
Faith over fear.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Faith over fear. That's the word for the day. Faith over fear. That's the phrase for the day. Faith over fear. So now you got this chicken. So then what's next? Like, do you bronze them in there, or are you just throwing your vegetables in? Like, I'm trying to hold back.
I got you.
My mouth watering cravings.
I season it, I put my seasonings in, and then I put the peppers in. But I'll go ahead and put the peppers in first. Because either way, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. Put the peppers and onions in.
So that was what? That was 1 red, 1 green, 1 yellow, and was that like a whole onion?
A whole onion.
Whole onion.
Whole diced onion.
So are you a like measuring kind of chef? Are you like an eyeballing chef? Are you like a, if I don't eat it, I won't serve it kind of chef? Like what's your style here?
I'm a little bit of all of them. When it comes to bacon, then I'll measure.
Wait.
Something.
Oh wait. So you bake is now. I heard pie, but pies and bacon are like, okay, you got sweet potato pies, you got cobblers, but bacon, is that like cake as well?
Bacon is all of it.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
But I know people say they bake.
Yeah, cake, cupcake.
My mama bakes, but she's a pie baker.
Gotcha.
She's not a cake baker.
Yeah.
But mama, if you're watching this, I didn't mean nothing about that. I didn't, I promise.
One of the other things that are highly requested is my rum cake.
Is that real rum or fake rum?
It's real rum.
Okay, is that like a cap full, or is that eyeballing?
That's like when it say half a cup and you pouring half a cup and it go over a little bit.
That's called a happy hour rum cake. Yeah. That's called.
I cook rum in the cake, so that rum cooks off, that alcohol cooks off. But then there's this rum sauce that I put with the cake, on top of the cake, in the cake, once it comes out, that just soaks up all that rum goodness.
So that's served during happy hour, right?
Yeah, that'll come probably next week sometime.
So it's not there yet?
No.
But I can get like a pre-tasting sample?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, that's on camera, so I'm gonna hold you to that.
I got you.
Okay.
Whew, I got you.
So as you're cooking this, are you going for your vegetables to be really soft, or just enough to where there's a little bit of crunch and fullness in the fajitas. Like how long in your mind I don't want it. How long are you cooking it down in your style of fajita?
Well, I want it a little browned, but tender.
Okay.
And not too much crunch, because they're already diced, so they're gonna cook fairly fast.
Okay.
And you don't want them mushy, because as they're sitting in the juices, they're gonna get softer. So you're really just going for a saute, semi-soft brown caramelization on it almost.
Okay. Let me try. Look here. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, look, I know what I'm doing. I watch YouTube. I get home too. You know, I watch a little bit. They slide it back. They're fake cooking, you know. Look at that. Well, I almost lost one. Now, for all the chefs that I know out there, don't judge my skills, because I'll roll up in your restaurant and we'll have to have a chef off in the restaurant. Chef, I need some salt, please.
I got you.
I done slightly made a little bit of a...
It's all right. It comes with the territory.
You know, hold on. I watched it. It's for the slow-mo. Let me get out of the way before I get fired. What is it when somebody walks behind you? They call it, was it hotline?
Hot behind.
Hot behind. I like that hard sound. That makes you...
It make you feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing nothing right now.
That seasonings we put in there.
So this is the secret seasoning.
Yeah. Give it that nice fajita color to it too.
Okay. Let me move out the way and let you do that, because you seem a little bit anxious. See, you got to learn people got to understand how to read folks that cook well.
It's all in the wrist.
Because my mama, I know my mama wants me to get out of the way. So I know you're trying to help, baby, but you got to move. It's not in words. It's the posture says like, oh, you can move. Like,
I know exactly what you mean. I say the same thing to my son. He's like, Dad, can I cook with you? Yeah. Come on, let me get you to do this. And he's doing it. I'm like, all right, baby, come on.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because so my nephew, he's 5. He has his own little kitchen thing, and so I'm starting to notice that he's enjoying cooking. He likes to wash dishes. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. He doesn't realize he's getting set up for chores. He doesn't realize that. So when you're cooking with your son, what's that like for you? I mean, yeah, you're a chef, but what's the experience for you like cooking with your son? How does that make you feel that like he wants to actually cook with you?
And that's what it gives me goosebumps now thinking about it, because I didn't have that. Like I was in the kitchen with my grandmother and my mom when she cooked, but not like I should have been. Okay. Not like I didn't show my interest like I should have. Okay. And it wasn't. And most of the time I was either at school when my grandmother cooked, because she was at home. So she was the one that would cook dinner at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. And so it was no time for that. But when he's like, Dad, I'm gonna come cook with you, and he loves coming up here, and he's like, I work up here. This is my spot.
That's cool.
Then it's like it makes me, I have no words for it. It makes me speechless.
Yeah, it's like my grandmother. She cooked 3 times a day till she couldn't walk. She had 12 kids. I have like 47 first cousins.
Wow.
So she cooked all the time. Yeah. So for me, the men in my family, we cook. And you know, we do things that are domestic, I guess. But it just interested me like full circle of having plans to do something else. But food, I've come back to as an entrepreneur. Food has been that thing that keeps people bonded together and emotional and connected. It is truly bigger than food.
It is.
So now you got it all. Oh, the color was amazing on that. So now you take this, you're gonna let it sit or whatever, and then, well, how close are we to eat?
Oh, you're real close. You basically just put this over rice and you're done.
Okay. All right, chef. So we made that bomb fajita chicken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a little gristle on my hands.
All right.
Right.
Got you some work in.
So now, I heard about this deviled egg thing you got going on.
Yeah.
Right. Now I was trying to watch you as you were putting the seasonings together, but he was hiding it. I was trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Let you know.
You know, being the single man that I am. trying to expand my recipes up in here. So we're gonna do some deviled eggs. So show us how you make this, what I guess will be one of the signature dishes you have.
Yes.
So show us what you got.
So in here we have the yolks, a little bit of mustard, mayo, relish, some seasonings.
So what's in the seasoning?
Salt, pepper, some seasonings. You know, the basics.
That's it?
Salt, pepper.
Because you made me leave the kitchen while you was doing this. So I'm trying to figure out, that can't just be salt and pepper, that's it.
So, you know, you got a little bit of red seasonings, a little black, a little mix in there.
First of all, I didn't sign an NDA, so I'm trying to get the seasoning. But it looks like, I mean, it smells really good. I mean, even from here, you can smell it. So when you thought about creating a deviled egg, like, what were you thinking about to make your deviled egg different? Were you going for like look and smell and flavor and texture? Like, what was in your mind of, I'm going to create a different deviled egg? 'Cause that's like a Southern, like, signature thing.
Anything I do, I just try to think like, how can I do it a little bit different? What can I add to it? Sometimes it just takes like, I'll be in the kitchen at home and I'll just have a little episode of Chopped to myself and be like, okay, I got this. Because that's how these deviled eggs came about. I was out of school and we had just finished our smoked portion. So we had just smoked some pork jaw.
Okay.
And I had some extra pork jaw and I said, what can I do with this pork jaw?
Wait.
Like pork jaw, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And it's basically like a thick bacon. It's good.
Okay.
So I cubed it, candied it, and I don't know why I was making deviled eggs, but I put it on top.
Okay.
And it just worked after that.
I can't even taste it.
No, you have to taste your own product to know if it's right or not.
That was allegedly just pepper. Oh, that's pepper.
Mm-hmm. You'll be sneezing a little bit.
That's just pepper. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right.
So, as you're mixing yours, it's like yours looks like it's gonna be like pretty creamy, but like a little bit of chunk, but not too much.
A little bit of chunk, but not to where you're eating the whole egg yolk.
Okay. So when after you fill them, do you let them sit in the refrigerator, like, or are you like, hey, I prefer mine room temperature, cold? Like, how do you typically serve your deviled egg?
Cold.
Okay.
I like them cold better, and they last better. Plus, eggs are not that good when they're hot anyway.
Okay.
But I just put a little saran wrap on top to keep the yolk from getting brown.
Okay.
Give them a nice little chill. Then you top them with the bacon once they come out. But I mean, they're good either way, as soon as you make them or once they're cold.
So I'm waiting on the bacon. I want to spread the bacon on top. Now, I tell y'all, if I have to leave during the bacon part, this segment's over. Like, I'm trying to figure out how this candied bacon thing works.
Oh man, you're gonna be sad.
I gotta go?
You got to go.
Okay.
I can tell you it's sugar and bacon that goes into it.
It's candy. Like, what else is sugar? What else is candied bacon gonna be? Like,
you gotta add a little bit of something to it sometimes.
What is that, paprika?
Paprika, yeah.
Smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika.
Okay.
I like smoked paprika. It gives it a little different flavor than just regular paprika. You know, deviled eggs not deviled eggs without the paprika on top.
So when people have come in here recently, you've been open for a couple of months. What have been some of the surprising reactions? Like, as the customer said, like, did they say something that was like, I was expecting this, but I got that? Like, what are some of the reactions that people have shared with you?
The biggest reaction so far has been, oh my God, I'm so glad it's something different over here than the same things that we get all the time. The reactions I see are more, oh my God, this is so good.
Okay.
That's the biggest one.
Okay.
The one that was most dear to my heart was a mother came in and said that the peach cobbler was She was very, 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 very impressed. Her words. With the peach cobbler. She said, "I'm from the South, and I don't like a lot of peach cobbler." So I said, "That'll make my grandmama proud right there."
You got a seal of approval.
So I got a seal of approval. So those have been some of the most common reactions. It's like, "Oh, this is so different, and I love it." So
as a foodie lover myself, when people have those natural foodie type of reactions, moans and groans, that let you know food is real. Now, I have a hard time not telling the truth.
Please.
So I'm facially expressive. So if y'all see an expression on my face that doesn't look like I like it,
just let me know.
I probably don't like it.
Just let me know.
But based on what I've had so far, I think the food's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited. So what's the next step? So we're doing the candied bacon next?
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah. These are good to go though. So if you don't eat bacon, you can get them without the bacon.
Okay.
Because I always put the bacon on afterwards.
So where's the bacon?
Get that. Afterwards.
I gotta go?
Afterwards.
So I gotta leave?
Yes.
Okay. Now is the moment that I've been waiting for. Not you, but me, because I am hungry. Haven't opened yet, because I wanted to build up the anticipation of my hunger pains. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. Here is the green beans. They do smell like your grandma's green beans, so I'm excited about that. And here we go. Ooh. This is the fajita chicken that we made over rice. This is a very soft, this is a wheat roll, and some seasoned potatoes, and there's sweet corn. I like my sweet corn to have some pepper on it, so I see that pepper in there. And then I'm hoping this is what I think it is. Remember when Chef kicked me out because I couldn't watch the whole deviled egg process? This better be the deviled eggs with the candied bacon on it, because if it's not, I'm going to get the recipe. Here we go. Oh. Yes. That bacon, love bacon. Now we have our peach cobbler, because I kind of was being nosy. Yeah, that's peach. Now, this is why I like the peach cobbler. I like a lot of peaches in my peach cobbler, but I also like crust. Like I like crust person, and it smells good. I smell the cinnamon. I could easily put some butter pecan, some vanilla, whatever I want, or eat it by itself. So I'm gonna let y'all watch me eat for a second, turn my containers around, enjoy myself. So if I start dancing, moaning, and singing, mind your business, because I'm hungry. And what you can do, you can come on this side of town, on the south side, southeast 15th, and enjoy some of this good old food. So dive on into it. You can tell that the onions have been cooked down, so they're not crunchy. It really does taste like your grandma's green beans. Okay. Told you I'm facially expressive. So if y'all see anything weird, take it up with the chef. Right now, so far so good. Potatoes are perfectly cooked. They're not hard in the middle. I mean, this would even be cool if you even took these same potatoes and went home. Don't tell chef I said this. Make your own like homemade mashed potatoes, whip them up a little bit, put some Greek yogurt on top of it. Yeah, because I cook. Let's try the sweet corn. That's sweet corn. As a kid, I thought I knew what I was doing. Cooked food. Tastes like some sugar in it, a little pepper, salt. That's the corn of a country boy. I love it. I'll save the bread, so I'm trying to watch my manly figure. So this is the fajita chicken. Gotta have some sriracha. Infomercial, sriracha, holla at your boy. I need a sponsor. That's it. I like sriracha. Chef Slaughter, got you in there. All right. Now this is the deviled egg. Has bacon. Ooh. See that? It's like a R&B song in my head, just calling my name. Montel Jordan, something like that. I can't think of it because my brain is firing off these things in my head because I want to bite it. Oh. Look, I'm gonna get that candied bacon recipe. Dennis, I know I said I would save some for you, but buddy, you might have to get your own. No, okay. I don't want anybody mad at me. I'm gonna save it for him since he's the world famous camera guy. Don't tell him I hit it. Now we go to the peach cobbler. I don't know how you like yours. I do not like soggy peaches. For me, I love the cinnamon flavor. Like, if I can't really want to drink the juice, it's not good peach cobbler to me. I like a lot of crust, and it's not thick. It's the right type of thickness. I love it. Now, if y'all been following me for a while, you know I don't post things from places that I don't like. I love the food. I love the atmosphere. I love the why of chefs when you start talking about cooking with a son, because food is really about family. It's bigger than just eating together. It's about fellowshipping and bringing people together. I love the atmosphere. Come and support OklaSoul Cafe on the south side, just on the other side of the river. It's not that far. You can literally see downtown right outside the door. Come and support OklaSoul Cafe. Is one of the 19 restaurants for OKC Black Restaurant Weeks. They're going to have specials, amazing food, support local business. And I'm going to stop talking because Dennis is over there staring at me because he wants to eat. But guess what? Dennis got to get his own plate. Follow Uncovering Oklahoma as well on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all platforms. Follow and subscribe. Support another locally owned business that supports OKC Black East. You can also find us on all platforms as well, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yeah, it's time to eat. Support local businesses. See y'all next episode.